future ain't creeping in slow. It's accelerating. Yeah.
You can feel it in the air when the signals align. Ideas moving faster than the edge of your mind. Cold in the dark, building your agent's pipeline. World rewiring one line at a time. System waking while the city asleep. Thinking deeper than the layers we keep. Agents learning every pattern we speak. Building futures in the circuits beneath. Some see chaos in the climb. Some see history in real time. Either way the tide is in, and the next world's rolling in. There's the evolution of possible, where the improbable turns logical. Whole new rhythm in the night, and the future's looking audible. We alive in the middle of it, right where the shift begins. Fear and wonder in the same breath, standing at the edge of what's next.
Hey, baby.
Yo, right. What's like sexual chocolate right there?
Sexual chocolate. That's a Quiet Storm. Hey, actually, that was from GW Rich. I take people's, when they say something, like he said, we were doing spaces or something, I think, and he said something like evolution of possible, right? So I take it. I took it, nice. And I made some lyrics. That's right. That's right.
Nice. You made the boy cry in that, right?
Sexual chocolate. That's right.
Sexual chocolate. That boy good.
He's good. Wait, that's a good movie, right? What is that Eddie Murphy one? What is that? That was
Coming to America.
America. What is it?
Coming to America.
Coming to America. Right on. Yes. But yes, what do you think? Crypto, fear, and greed.
I mean, if we got pumpage today, Ray, maybe I feel like we're going to be up.
Are we going to be in the 20s?
We're going to be higher than in the 20s.
Oh, that's very bullish.
High 20s.
Anybody on the chat too? Put your guess in. High 20s. Okay. Well, we'll say like 27, 28. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. Let's see. Oh, look at Pappy. Look at
20.
that.
Oh, look at Robin. One away.
Look at that. You guys, right on. Good stuff.
Robin, let's go play the lottery. I'm in.
That's it. You guys, you know it, right? You feel it. It's that we're out of extreme fear. We are now in just fear. Yes.
Now we're just fearful, Ray.
We're just a little fearful. That's all. GW Rich. There he is. That's what I'm talking. GW Rich. That was a song. That was for you, man. Yeah. Good evening, Web3 Wise guys. Another week to learn and earn. That's right. Right on. It is. Got a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about it today. Stable coins and tokenized deposits. Right. They're using word games again there, Bappy. We're going to talk about it. They're using word games. It sounds like a CBDC to me. That's what
man. Look at Jason. I'm pushing down the Jason's real bullish.
Hey, he's super bullish. That's right. But thank you for joining us, GW Rich. Yeah. My crypto ventures, a hopeful Monday and a week ahead. Web3 Wise Guys fan. To you as well, my crypto ventures. It is hopeful. Yes. We're going to make it. It's all good.
Oh, here we go. Jason 5549.
Jason 5549. Yes, that's right. Happy Monday, bro. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you. And that's right. And yes, look at you, Robin, right there.
Robin crushed it.
You need to be in the poly market, Robin. You need to get to that's right. Put it on it. But thank you for joining us, Robin. And Jason, there he is. Yes, very bullish, Jason. Yeah.
Jason, I'm buying calls.
Hey, but there is. I mean, all this crazy macro news, got war, got all this, and then there we go. It is weird. But hey, who knows? Who knows what's going on? Night Owl. Hey, wise guys. Hope you had a great week. Good week, yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Night Owl.
Night Owl. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah. But we're gonna have a good day, good show. Because like I said, we're gonna get into it. But what everybody's talking about, it is got a little pumpage, right? 24 hours, Bitcoin's up 2.5%, and then 7.5% for ETH. ETH a little more bullish. And
not even playing. Not even playing.
No, we like ETH. Yeah, even a little XRP. Got a nice little candle there. Nice. And I'll tell you, I did recently, I would say maybe 3 to 4 weeks ago, I got into this one. It's there, but the last 7 days been up 43%. Tau. Yeah. Just saying. Not
nice.
Yeah. No, let me put it up. Not financial advice. Just kind of telling you.
There you go.
I like the word Tau. I like the word.
It's very Zen-like.
It is. It's right. It feels calm. It feels calm. But Yes, I'm going to start off, and then I'll play some background music. But this is what we're talking about because look, they're using this new word, and it looks like that the banks are going to do this tokenized deposit thing. Yeah, and most people are seeing a 313 billion in stable coins, and they're like, oh, that's what the banks are after. No, they're not, Pappy. They're after the 5.7 trillion in U.S. demand deposits, right? All of us have our money, right, sitting in a bank, supposedly. I don't know if it's really there. Could be just kind of there, right?
Yeah, it's not really there. It's just a number.
Fractional reserve banking. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. We're going to talk about that because that, look, it's all a magic trick, right, with these people. It's a magic trick.
It's virtual.
It is virtual, right? It's a sleight of hand. You got to watch the other hand, yeah? Sometimes they got three hands. They're like AI. Comfy. What's up, boys?
What's up, boys?
Monday night, Wise Guys updates. Son, that's right. What's up, Comfy? Thanks for joining us, bro. I like it. Is it going to be a green Tuesday? I like green Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I want to see a green month, Robin. I want to see a green March.
Let's start with a green week.
Green week.
let's start with baby steps.
Is St. Patrick's Day? Is it already went by? Or no? When is
St. Patrick's Day is Tuesday.
Tuesday. Okay, that's what you're talking about, Robin.
That's why she's saying that.
There you go. Look at that. See, I'm hip, Robin. Rockin' Robin. Good to see you. Thank you, Jenky. But yes,
we're drinking green beers tomorrow.
Green beers. Yeah. But that's all good. Let me unmute myself and then take a listen. This is you'll hear this is Caitlin Long, CEO of Custodia Bank. And yep, they're just telling you, look, we want it. We want all the deposits.
That said, the adoption of stablecoin was ahead of schedule, and this is despite the fact that there are members of Congress that seem to want to kneecap it.
Right. Well, it's fascinating because obviously stablecoins have sort of existed outside of the bank regulatory perimeter with the prior administration trying to kill it off, and they weren't able to kill it off. Now, of course, we've got a friendlier administration, but the banks are fighting. And the funny thing is the banks are actually now bringing the technology to bank customers by offering the technology in tokenized bank deposit form. And that's where I think the real action is going to be, Charles. There's 5.7 trillion of demand deposits in the US banking system and only 313 billion of stablecoins outstanding. So the real money, as Willie Horton used to say, he robbed banks because that's where the money is. The real money is in tokenized deposits.
And that's what we're going to talk about, Babby. Yeah,
let's do this.
That's what they're after. That's what maybe all this, like I said, the regulations, they were all getting in their positions, getting their spots. Yeah, because this is kind of the big deal. Yeah, bridging, and that's what I said. They say beautiful sounds beautiful, right? We're all moving into this wonderful future, banking, bridging to traditional banking and the digital economy. Yeah, but let me scroll down here. Understanding the difference. Yeah. Because like I said, this tokenized deposit thing, it's kind of like I would say it's easy to understand. Just think about the money that you have in there, right? I don't know what your checking account, anybody who has what you have in there, right? They can just turn that into a digital token now, right? There's nothing really, magical. Like I said, they're just able to now, put that in there and transition it over into this digital money, right? But like on paper, these things sound totally different. Because you're not familiar. Do you know what central bank digital currencies are? Bappy, you ever heard of them?
Yeah.
Okay. So you heard, and those are obviously like the Fed or the U.S. government creating this central bank money, right? Government money, digital dollars issued directly by the Federal Reserve. But a tokenized deposit is your bank, right? J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, putting your account on a blockchain. So one is big government and one is big banks. But the question that we should ask, right? Does that distinction actually protect you, or is there really a difference when they say the Clean Water Act, right? Is it really the Clean Water Act? But,
remember what I said. Anytime they tell you it says act, that's like they're acting like it's going to be good for us.
They do it as an act. That's right. Just like programming TV, they're programming you about that. That's it. But your banks takes your regular deposits. I was saying that, right? Same dollar, same FDIC insured account, and represents it as a digital token on blockchain. Yeah, it's still on the bank's balance sheet. Same rules apply. They're just making it faster, programmable, and transferable on chain.
That's just so they can move it around easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it definitely needs to do that. It has to be upgraded anyway, right?
Sure.
I shouldn't have to wait on a Friday, and then if there's a special holiday on Monday, I gotta wait 3 days. I mean, that's kind of right. We are living in back in the Stone Age a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now again, CBDCs, the Federal Reserve issues the digital dollar directly. No commercial bank in the middle. It's liability of the central bank itself, not private institutions, right? So that's the key differences. Just kind of letting you like marinate on that and see what I'm talking about. But this, like I said, this article is more talking about stable coins, and also, like I said, the tokenized deposits, right? But I'm the one that really kind of made this more about this CBDC stuff, because I'm not a fan, right? Just trying to tell you, because that's what they do, man. They tell you one thing, and then it's over here is what's really happening, right? So like the pro tokenized deposit crowd will tell you, don't worry, this isn't a CBDC. The government is not involved, Pappy. Yeah, it's a private bank. It's FDIC insured. It's regulated. You're fine. And technically, they are right what they're saying, right? But I'm sure you remember, Pappy, back in 2008, yeah, when Washington Mutual collapsed, yeah,
Yep.
When Bear Stearns went under, right,
Yep.
and the entire mortgage system was on fire. Anybody tell me what happened, Pappy? Do you remember what happened at all?
Well, the government bailed them all out.
Government stepped in and bailed them out, Pappy. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So-
they have to, right?
They do. I'm not saying that, yeah, because we would be done, right?
Literally.
The whole financial, but that's all I'm trying to get at, right? Just because they got these wonderful things, right? But the taxpayer stepped in, you and I, right? We stepped in and we bailed out these too big to fail banks, right? And it became national policy. They still say that to this day, right? They will never let that fail. Is that correct?
No.
Right. So what's the difference? I mean, and I'm just saying. So if we've been saying CBDCs are all, it's either the central bank or a government, right? But then they put it off into these private banks, which we all know it flows, right? It comes in and goes from the Federal Reserve. That's what these private banks supposedly are doing. What is there? Do you think there's a difference? I'm just saying, since I've been talking about it. So
I mean, there isn't a difference.
No,
It's all the same.
Yeah.
It's just doing it in a different way. That's all, right? I mean, they're just making it easier to access those funds. That's all.
Yeah, it is. And it is. It's probably a quick way to get on the rails. Like I said, your deposits are just going to turn into like if you're in JP Morgan, you're going to turn into the JP circle dollar, right? Whatever it is,
yeah.
It's going to be that. And that's kind of like I said, what you're going to do. Hopefully, like I said, is dollar for dollar. Hopefully, don't take these.
Yeah. Well, there was. I mean, in 2008, I think it was around the same time. Money markets, like if in investment firms, if you put your money in a money market, that's dollar for dollar, and they were worried because we almost what we call broke the buck. So you put $1 in, but now it's only worth 90 cents.
Yeah.
And that would have been bad too. So you don't ever want to break the buck.
Yeah, very bad, right? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Now, like I said, I know this should actually help out, at least with the strength of the dollar, the treasuries and buying. Like I said, that's stable coins, right? Stable coins would be buying and doing all this stuff. This is different. This is digital, you're talking about the deposits of what regular everyday people have in there, right? So I think that's the big deal with the banks, right? But I don't know how this all works together with literally CDs, USDT and USDC, right? Circle and Tether, yeah. But just saying, this is what's going on. It is kind of wild, but it is tokenized money movement. It's happening. Stable coins and tokenized deposits, right? just kind of saying the key differences. It just says it on here, right? I already went through this stuff, but that's kind of I got jumped ahead, but I want you to be able to see it. These are all what the differences are. And then you don't see, like I said, you don't see CBDCs on there. I added that, right? Because I'm telling you, they definitely want that, right?
Yeah.
The control aspect is very, very big deal. I don't care what anybody wants to say, right? They want to be able to. It's the big thing is programmable money, right? Programmable money means they can program it, and who's programming it, right? Who gets to make those type of decisions, right? Who can turn it off, right? Those are all. It's
that's the people who are in control. So that's why that's the rush to get it done.
Right. Here it is. Right. But again, the thing I want everybody to pay attention to is because the marketing around tokenized deposits makes this sound incredible, right? They will. So things like this, you'll start hearing something. Imagine your rent payment goes out automatically when your lease is signed, right? All convenience, right? I'm just telling you, this is what you're going to start seeing is this sales stuff. Yeah, sounds great, but programmable money means someone is writing the rules. I just said, and your money can do and can't do. They're going to tell you, and that's where it gets weird, right? And that was the big pushback of the CBDC stuff. Yeah,
well, then at that point, what we call performing, right? So like even your rent, right? Yeah. If you lived in a place and let's say, man, the plumbing's all going haywire, and you can't the landlord is not performing up to their side of the contract. Yeah, you wouldn't even have you have no plausibility of holding back your money. It's just gonna go.
It's just gonna go. That's right.
So then at that point, he could just take his sweet time getting anything fixed, and you just got to live in it.
That would be wild, right? That's kind of crazy. I mean, there's other, but all of that's all going to have to be thought through, right? How do you even, how can you like bring something up there? Like you have a comment thing that you can plug in. Hey, hold on, they got I'm infested with roaches or something.
Right. I need to push the pause button on this one.
That's right. So something's going to have to be like that, right? What up, Monster Apex? Yo, good to see you.
What up, Apex?
Thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate you. But like I said, I love this stuff. It's interesting because you should know what's going on, right? Not saying that there's too much that you could make a little bit of movement, right? And kind of get a stink, but still, this is what's happening, right? So, but just on the flip side, just to be fair, not saying that all of it's all gloom and doom, right? Some of these articles, what I've been going through here, right, makes a strong structural argument. Yeah. Tokenized deposits don't change the bank's lending behavior, right? Because that's one of the things they're saying, right? Like, how is that going to work, Vappy? You know what I mean? Not everybody has Bitcoin and crypto and been prepared, like a lot of us, and that and the audience that watch this. We have some of these assets already, right? So some of these other people that don't, what are they going to just never get loans? Can't buy a car, right? Do that kind of stuff. So your money still funds mortgages, small business loans, community credit. And a CBDC could theoretically bypass banks entirely and kill credit creation, right? That is the difference. So just saying.
I'll be right back. I'm going to turn off my screen for 2 seconds. I got to plug in my computer.
No worry, man. All good. But yeah, everybody, like I said, it's interesting. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of moving parts. And again, I know stablecoins aren't the most fun to talk about, but it is interesting. Yes. And these are things that are important, and you should understand what they're talking about, what they're trying to do, and what's it going to do to you, and how do you prepare for it, right? But the biggest thing is you've already been locked in and plugged into this, right? Most of us are already prepared, and kind of have our own type of assets. Yeah. So just saying, it's something to be aware of. They keep kind of changing the goalposts. I hear too. And I think I already got the story. I'm not going to run into it, but that Clarity Act and all this stuff, hopefully getting signed by the end of the month. Yeah, because they said if it doesn't get signed by the end of the month, it's probably not going to be, right? At least for the rest of this year. I don't know. That's what they're saying though. But another thing, like I said, we all love Ethereum. Yes, I think most of us in our group, but Ethereum, yes, nice bump up again. Yes. But what's cool is Bitmine Emergence, which is Tom Lee, right? Oh wait, I'm jumping ahead. Yeah, I'm jumping ahead anyways. Yes, 60,999 ether, right? So they picked it up, right? So he's buying like a wild man still. So that's good. We like that. But yeah, it is rallying. Ether is doing its thing. But whales have been selling, right? So kind of like I said, big ETH holders sold 380,000 ETH worth over 800 million, right? So but that's like I said, some people, probably taking a little profits, who knows, right? But who knows? Like I guess taxes coming up too. Yeah.
Maybe.
Could be, right? Could be a thing there. Like who knows? But whales have been selling. But a lot of these ETFs and these treasuries, look, we're going to get into this more too, is they did sell, but not like retail, right? They didn't freak out because the price went down. Yeah. But yeah, this is a good one. Like I said, Tom Lee, our good friend. We like Tom Lee. He's a big ETH guy. Yeah. But the firm is staking 3.04 million of ETH, right? That's a nice healthy stake.
Yep.
Yeah, where is that? And it is. I wish I could stake that much, man.
We all wish that.
Yeah. Hey, this would be a better show if I could. I'm just telling you.
We'd have a lot more lights and whistles.
It is. It would. But that's like 272 million as more tokens get locked up. But yeah, that would be crazy. Chairman Tom Lee pointed out that since the start of the Iran war, crypto has outperformed the S&P by 2,450 basis points. Yeah. So that's another thing that's unusual, right? All this macro news, all this stuff with the war with Iran, little different, right? Some of the stocks are, I'm not saying they're tanking, but they're going up a little bit. But crypto is doing pretty well. It's a good thing. Yeah.
All right.
Not bad. No. But yeah,
I'll take that.
You know, Tom Lee's like the MicroStrategy, like what they're doing with Bitcoin. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Oh, good. Going in here. And like I said, these guys had the diamond hands. Yeah. Institutions. Again, Bitcoin dropped roughly 50% since October, everybody. Yeah. So, stocks usually don't do that. And that's what I'm asking, Pappy, because I've never really paid attention to stocks. Like 6 months, something like that. Do they drop that crazy sometimes and then bounce back a lot? Or is it?
Can it happen? Yes.
Yeah.
Does it happen regularly? Probably not.
Right. Yeah.
When you see a stock sell off like crazy, if it drops that much, usually that means that's the end of it. Like you're not going to see a rebound anytime soon.
Right. Yes. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I kind of bring these things up, because over here, that's a normal part of the 4-year cycle. At least if that's what they're saying, we're still in. And right now, it looks like that's obviously played out, right? The 4-year cycle, what they talk about Bitcoin, it did kind of stick to that. So, yeah, every 4 years, it goes down 50 to 70%, bro. And it's kind of like I said, we just got to deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Hogan's, and I'm trying to find his little stuff. Yeah. Hogan's explanation: institutions who allocate to Bitcoin today are sticking their necks out. Right? They have this is a career risk. That means only the high convicted buy-ins. Right? They are convinced, right, that this is going to be a good bet, because, like I said, Bitcoin is not like stocks. This is a normal thing. It does pull back and crash like this, but those investors don't sell at the first sign of trouble. Right? So that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing the long game.
Well, yeah.
Or at least wanting to.
Yeah. But I mean, if it takes another dump, which it could, everybody, look, we got nice little green candles, but this always can still drop back down. But his long-term call, Bitcoin reaches 1 million. Where does it say that? Yeah. That is his long-term call. I'm just looking for it. Yeah, I can't highlight these things, man. Wish these stupid sites would let me, but I can't.
Can't you screenshot and highlight?
There it is. Yeah, but I like to kind of scroll through the things. Yeah, he said that's what he's talking about. The long-term strength, million Bitcoin. I don't think, at least like I said, the value continue to grow as it has for the past 20 years. Yes. But it just needs what's happening for the past 10, 20. It does. This is what's been going on with Bitcoin. but not really a time frame of what that would look like. I mean, of course, it's kind of built in that this happens with Bitcoin if it just keeps going along, higher highs, right?
Yeah, but to get to 1 million, Ray, it's at 72 or something.
Yeah, absolutely. But what if it's supposed to be like digital gold, right? So
Yeah.
if it can reach parity like that, right, that it has a lot of growth, right? It can, yeah. But and also too, people don't think of, like I said, the only 21 million, right? They start getting gobbled up. Nobody's selling them. There's you're definitely right, and that would take a lot, Bappy.
Yeah.
10, 20 years, I think it would be possible. Yeah.
Okay.
No, huh? I'm just asking. No, you're
10 years. 10 years, not that much time. I mean, I don't know.
Hold on. Let me now you got me. I'm just saying, this is good. I'm glad. I like this. This is good. Let me go back to CoinGecko. And like I said, we're only this is the whole market cap is 2.6, right? But let's go to Bitcoin and let's go to Max. Okay. And yeah, you're talking, and this is not even like 2009, right? 2009, 2010. It's not even showing that. $131. Even these things, man. So the pattern, like you can see the wave, right? It's what I mean by the 4-year cycle. Here was one, you didn't, and nobody talked about it. Nobody was around, right?
Right.
If you were, you're not hanging out in the
No.
So there's a wave, there's another wave, here's another wave, and here's another wave. But even if you look at this, right, I can zoom in here, right, and it looks just like the other ones, Happy. I mean, like I said, when you do that kind of stuff, you're talking about $131. You could get this back in the day for 50 cents, right? 10 cents, right? So it going from whatever 10 cents, or let's just say, what is it, $108, 2013, and now we're at 13 years. That's a little bit, right? So let's just talk about the peak. I don't even know what the percentage is at. 123,000. That's pretty good, right? Just saying. And I believe this pattern is going to keep still looking like that. And that's all I'm saying, right? Another 10, 20 years, I don't think a 10x, right, an 8x is crazy, right?
Well, okay.
No,
I'll agree with you on that, just given the chart and the cyclical nature of it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. That's all, man. Like I said, just looking at it, right?
Yeah, so from 100 to
126, right?
Right.
So that's more. That's way more than a 10x, right? And it's losing a little momentum, right? You didn't have like I said, even these were crazy years, right? Because you're getting crazy X's, right? So it is slowing down. It might be a 4x, a 5x, right? But still, you doing that at 100, now you're at 500,000, right? It's just all.
If someone said, "Hey, I'll guarantee you 5x your money," in 10 years,
that would be a good one, right?
Pretty sure you would be like, "I'm good to go."
But for all intents purposes, I'm more ETH, right? I have much more, just anything, even my holdings is more in ETH. Yeah. And again, it's more because, like I said, people build on here, right?
Yeah.
Bitcoin is a store of value. This is more like oil and gas, right?
Well, and maybe because of the value, meaning that because the price is less, that's more people could actually purchase ETH than they can a Bitcoin per se.
True. Yeah. Right. But that like Tom Lee and some others, I mean, they're talking about,
that's where their money's going.
Well, and they're talking about 60 grand, right? So 2,300 to 60 grand. That's a nice, yeah. So,
I'll take that, Ray.
I'll take it too. I'm here for it. That's what I'm here for. Yeah. But yeah, it's all good. I'm glad we got into that. But yeah, I'm just saying that's it's interesting. Yeah. And that's how these things move over here, right? But again, institutions had diamond hand. I skipped that. Let me wait. Where am I? Is this Bitmine? Hold on. Yeah, Bitmine. Yep. Ethereum Foundation. Yes. Ethereum Foundation, man. They you know, have you heard of them? You know the Ethereum
No.
Foundation? Yeah. Well, they have a big tranche of ETH, and this is how they pay developers, what projects are going to come on. They kind of like I said, it's the Ethereum Foundation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vitalik, I think he used to run it. I think he kind of pulled back, and someone else runs it. Like I said, I'm not on top of it right now.
That's the sandbox, right?
It's a sandbox, yeah. But the Ethereum Foundation released a 38-page report, right? And its mandate defining its role as a neutral steward, focusing on maintaining Ethereum's decentralized infrastructure, right? They used to talk about, working with projects, what's going to be on there, layer 2s, doing all this other stuff, right? But people are a little upset saying, hey, right, institutions, all of this stuff is coming on board now, right? We want you to be doing that, right? What are you doing? Just talking about maintaining the network, right? That's not what we want. So a Coinbase engineer called Yuga Kohler drew a sharp comparison, arguing that just as Netscape wasted time on internal rewrite while Microsoft was beating them, yeah? The Ethereum Foundation is focused on cyberpunk values, right? the exact moment institutions are finally coming on chain. That's not what they're saying that they should focus on, right? But, I mean, they've been doing great things for the Ethereum chain. Gas is cheaper. It's faster. All kinds of new upgrades. It went from, from a proof of work to a proof of stake. Big things, right? So, I mean, whatever. Come on. But, people are not happy about what they're wanting to focus on, right? But then other people are supporting the decision. A longtime contributor, his name is Taylor Moynihan, pushed back, said users don't use blockchains, they use products. And the Ethereum Foundation is not building a product, they're building a blockchain, a platform that Foundation's job is to protect the base layer, not compete with apps. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're looking at the actual chain and what's going to make it, attractive for people to be on it, right? So I'm just saying that's kind of, like I said, there's a big thing going on there with Ethereum. That's the Ethereum Foundation. Another thing they do a lot, Bappy, and people get a little upset is they sell a lot of Ethereum, right? But that's how they pay everybody, to work, develop, do things on there. Yeah.
They sell off a lot of their.
Yeah. A lot of the ETH. Yeah. They do. And I think, I don't know the time frame, but yeah, they usually do it in, timed tranches. Yeah. I had it all mixed up. Here's it is. I'm going to skip it. All good. We just want that. Perp DEXs. You like Perp DEXs, yeah?
Don't know what a Perp DEX is.
Yeah, well, it's all the future stuff, all that.
Okay.
Yeah, all
okay.
that.
Just like what I think it is.
Yeah, a Perp. It's right. Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Where are we at, man? Come on. But anyways, I'm going on here. But yeah, derivatives make up most of today's crypto trading, right? Often accounting for a majority of the total volume, right? Spot trading volume across centralized exchanges reached about 55,230 Bitcoin, while derivatives, right, just engulfed it, Bappy. Everybody likes the spot and or the derivative stuff.
Well, so, and again, it's because it's cheaper, right?
Right. Well, and you can leverage. You're leveraging up. You can win. You're right. More. Yeah.
Yeah. You hit something. You can hit big with not a lot of money invested.
Right. But like you told me, it's also you get wrecked, right?
Oh, hard.
But you can see the purple lines, that is spot exchange volume, and the orange is all derivative stuff, right? So yes, the people and probably big players, they love that stuff, like you said. It's not like that. What do you would say it with stocks? Is it way maybe more even, more balanced, or?
Oh, I would say that the prop stuff is probably far less.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that it's the other way around.
Right. I got you. Okay. So look at this.
But you also have way more to choose from in stocks, right? I mean,
yeah. Right.
I don't know how many different investments that there are as far as, stocks that you can put into, but there's far more stocks than there are crypto.
Right. Yes. Big time.
So you have a lot more choice.
Yeah. And that's not even factoring it, and I know it's not on the stock exchange, but penny stocks, all that, that's more like
right.
Yeah, that's crazy. But like I said too, you were even asking hyperliquid, all these, right? These are all where you see this perp trading, all these things. So yeah, they're loving it, right? Everybody loves the fees, right? So the next,
I'm sure they're catching.
oh yeah, they love it, man. Yep. So like I said, just keep an eye. I mean, if you're looking at them, you better know what you're doing. Don't just go running in there and hanging out, right? Top 5 crypto options, right? You got this thing Deribit, and I don't, listen, I don't, and they got a big long. Now I don't know if that's a US, and you can go. Let's even see. I'm going to do it now. I'm curious because like you'll see when you run into the US, it tells you can't do it here, right?
Oh, okay. Some of them you can't trade,
right? And it'll say, I don't have a VPN or on anything on here, right? And it will tell you trade crypto derivatives. Okay, looks like we're legal, right? Okay, so yeah, Deribit, right on. But yeah, that's the biggest one. OKX, Binance, Delta Exchange. Never heard of them, right? But I heard of Bybit. That's
the only one I've heard of there is Binance.
Oh yeah, no, I've heard OKX and Bybit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, no, that's like I said, you can see it. A lot of volume, a lot of stuff going on, right? So yeah, that's a good thing. Let me get down here, and here we go. The Clarity Act. They said the odds are extremely low if we don't pass before April. Yeah, the clock is ticking. Everyone,
I'm telling you, it's not going to happen, Ray.
Oof, really? By the end of the month? No, huh?
Hell no. We're now we're in Iraq. I mean, there's too much going on.
Yeah.
They're not going to focus on this now.
That's crazy, man.
And who knows? Like some people would say maybe that's prescribed because there's always something that happens to make you kind of look away, Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people say that, so
it's true. Well, they do. That's like they shake the shiny keys. Even though how crazy a war with a country or sometimes, well, they call what, the wag the dog. We've done this.
Yeah.
We've done this many a times, right?
Yeah, this isn't the first time,
right? But again, that's what I'm saying. Our country is blessed, but they do it a lot with air power, stuff like that. It's not saying
less boots on the ground now.
Yeah, not saying it's not dangerous because we have lost people. That's not
yeah,
good. But it is a little different when you're just dropping things. But yeah, I mean, all this stuff going on. Yeah, they're saying it. If it doesn't, the rest of the year, the odds of passage for 2026 extremely low if they do not do it by the end of this month. Yeah. So again, the main sticking point is the stablecoin yield, of course, right? It is because that's a huge amount of money, everybody. Specifically, whether stablecoins pay interest could disrupt the traditional banking system, and that's the banks. That's their cash cow. Yeah. So just saying. That's kind of what's going on. That's what we just talked about at the beginning, right? That's also probably why they're changing the languages like that. Just the bank deposits, right? Just saying, it is wild. Hopefully, maybe they do something like this. And then here you go. I don't know. Was it you that we were just laughing? What is little Trump? And I got it. I used to have it, the Trump meme coin.
Yeah. We were talking about that before.
Yeah, he needs to leave some of this stuff alone, man. He's the president. But Trump's crypto project just created a literal paywall to access his team. $5.3 million in locked World Liberty financial tokens, right? Gets you guaranteed access, Pappy. That's kind of crazy, man. What kind of joke is he doing here, right?
Who knows, man?
So a governance vote passed with 99% approval. Let me see if I can find this. Yeah. Here we go. Right? What are y'all voting on, man? So, yes, but 76% of the voting tokens came from just 10 wallets, Pappy. Right? So again, that's what you got to look at with some of this stuff, everybody. Right? It might look like it was all democratic or however you want to look at it. But the main voting, 76% came from 10 wallets. Yeah. So there you go. So to reach supernode status, investors must lock up to 50 million, right? 50 million World Liberty financial tokens for at least 100 days, currently worth $5.3 million. Yeah. Which grants guaranteed access to the World Liberty Financial team for partnerships discussions. So it's just, that's it's like, just because it's transparent, that's pay to play anyway. Isn't it, Pappy? Isn't that how that all works?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I mean, just because it's out there and we know it, yeah. But these are why they got good talking points, everybody. Right? Is what I'm saying right there. Right? This is why the Democrats can be like, what are you doing, man? Like, well, I'm not going to pass any of these laws. Right? So it's like, like you said, Bappy, it might be just all a setup, man. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
But Rep Ro Khanna, and I'm looking for that. If I don't, I'm just going to tell you. Right? There he is. Expressed concerns. Yes. He launched an investigation into World Liberty Financial dealings, centering on 500 million UAE investment and whether it influenced the Trump administration's decision to grant export license for advanced AI chips. Right? If you remember that, that's a lot of that stuff that he was going over in the Middle East, making all these awesome deals. Right?
Yeah.
But that's where you see this is all out in front of their face, man. So at least most of the politicians, they're like behind the scene criminal. Right, Bappy? This is different.
They're not behind the scenes. They do it right in front of our face, right? We just don't do anything about it.
Well, yeah, that's people, though. Yes, I know. But like I said, it's wild. We live in crazy times, everybody. But that's what's going on, right? But this is cool too, because like I told you, we've been talking about how AI agents, right, controlling wallets. Look, it's here now, right? This is AI agents crypto spending with Ledger hardware wallets and MoonPay. You don't know MoonPay? You got MoonPay?
I don't know MoonPay.
Oh, hold on. I got on this while here. It texts me all the time, Bappy. Let me see. But yeah, MoonPay. It's like it's kind of a degen exchange too, man. So
okay.
I'm not gonna find it anyway.
That's a lot of rugging going on in on the MoonPay.
Well, that's why you need the agent, Bappy, because he'd be in and out.
Yeah, right. 2 seconds, right? I'll be right back.
He's checking it out, man. It's good stuff, right? But the cool thing is, like I said, man, you're not gonna get away from this, right? Just like people said, hey, I'm never gonna put my credit card on the internet. I'm not gonna do that. People are gonna steal my stuff, right? Same thing. It is it's crazy, right? The people are going to do this with AI. You're going to give them access to wallets, and it will do work for you without you having to tell it, right? Because like I said, most people wouldn't do their credit cards back in the day, but now everyone has a credit card on the internet. Yeah, well, same thing. You're going to have an agent with your wallet on chain, and
you just got to set the limit. Set the limit on just get a small card,
Well, set the limit, or just only send over a little bit, right? You can have other wallets.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely what I'm going to do, right? And if he hits it big, he's going to send it over too. He's not going to hang out. He's not going to hang out with it. So here we go. Oh, look, Honolulu. You got a new song. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when the evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. You'll take part. Oh, when the darkness comes and pain is all around, you already gave us the title, like a bridge over troubled waters. Honolulu. I know
is that the song?
Well, it says it.
Or is it just referencing the song, right?
I don't know. Usually that's a giveaway, right? I think I got it, Honolulu. I don't know who sings that.
Like a bridge over troubled water, yeah. But I don't.
No, you don't.
I don't know.
It's all good. No worries.
It could be. You could be right, or he could just have thrown us a curveball.
Could be. But look, the Ledger integration is just the beginning. We plan to support additional hardware wallets and look forward to collaborating with more partners across the ecosystem. This is the MoonPay CEO Ivan said. Any developer building an agent that needs to move value can plug MoonPay in as a financial rail. And look, I could do that with Sarge right now. I can do that with even probably, like I said, Claude, right? You got Perplexity doing this stuff now. Yes. And now even to Manus, everybody. Manus, well, they've been doing that as well. But there's 4 different agentic type AIs, right? That can absolutely just start using this right now. And look, there we go. Thank you, Robin. Yep. Bridge over troubled water. That is
Yep.
right. There you go.
Simon
Thanks.
and Garfunkel. Okay.
Simon and Garfunkel. I remember them too. The one dude had the big hair. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
That's right. Hey, was that Paul Simon? Was me and Julio down by the schoolyard? Is that Simon?
Yeah.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
That's a good song, right?
Good song. See that, Honolulu? I know Simon and Garfunkel. That's right. I like it. Thank you, Honolulu. And then, like I said, this is cool because I always like to try to keep you up with AI stuff. But look, this is coming. This is where it's going to be changing the game against Hollywood. A lot of this stuff where you're, cartoons, animations, right? Best long form AI video. I signed up today. It is a waiting list, right? I did not get early access. So, you sign up. Go ahead.
What constitutes long form? Like, that is it past a certain number of minutes?
Minutes. I don't even know if we're getting into minutes, Pappy. Like, most of them probably like 6 to 8 seconds. Yeah. If you get something to 30, 45 seconds, that's long form right now, right? Because look, if you could get a good 30-second clip and you just keep making them, you can just edit them together, and now you got an 8-minute video, right?
Okay, so that's how you do it. You make 10 clips of so many seconds, and you just keep stringing them together.
Right. And what's cool is like I was over there. I can't go over there now, everybody. Like I said, I already signed up, but because it's a wait list, it's not even like letting you see anything, right? You go over there, you sign up. But when I was signing up, it was showing you just put the story, you put your whole story on what you're wanting to say, and then yes, it'll take a nice chunk of that and then just go do it. Yeah. And then you do like this, like you'd say, hey, I want, part 2, right? You stopped here where the lady was leaving the house, getting into the car, now I want the second, right? So
but is it editable?
Absolutely.
So like
if
it gives you the first one and you're like, no, I didn't want Ray to cry right there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, it would cost, right? They wouldn't take back the credits, but yes.
Got it.
Absolutely. You would actually put that, and that's what I'm saying. Some of this, that's what's going to be a little bit more, difficult. You better get very detailed with what your prompt is. Yeah. And that's what I mean. That's why it's good
so you're not wasting the money.
Yeah. Wasting the money, and you're getting, exactly what you want, right? That's why I'm saying, look, anybody, Hollywood directors, all of these Hollywood just actors, bro, they know so much more than us, right? Instead of whining and acting like a little baby, stop, right? Go do this, because it's not going to stop, right? This is not going to be okay. And we heard you. We're going to stop AI. Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. Yeah,
right.
So these people have far advanced more knowledge than we do, especially in that area. They know how to do, the camera angles, zooming in and out, the dolly stuff. They know that language, right? Well, I don't. So they could already be way up, ahead of us, right? There you go. That's right, Honolulu. I got it. There it is. What's up? How's it going, Aaron? Good to see you, bro.
Good to see you, Aaron.
Right on, man. But yeah, that's kind of the point. Is look, there's no whining in technology, and just an advancement as we move forward is going to happen, right? Figure it out and find your lane, right?
So what happens to all these? So I mean, I'm just envisioning, right? All right, let's take the intro today. You had the the guy with the braids crying. You put him in a movie, the movie becomes a hit. You didn't have to pay anybody.
Right.
Actors are gonna go. Actors, keep standing on your platforms and trying to pitch this, that. You're getting ready to wish yourself out of a job.
Yeah, them standing on their podium and their little Oscars. They're in a little bubble, man, and they don't even realize it.
Like, it's about to go for real.
You can already see that nobody watches those things, right? They do these award shows and there's nobody watching, man.
Yeah,
nobody cares. Like I don't know anybody. At least for me,
I don't even know half the names.
Right,
Ray. That's how bad I am at it. I got limited capacity in my brain. I ain't gonna try and jam somebody's name that I don't give a damn about.
Right. And even too, when they get on their, like you said, the podium and they're telling you about politics or this war in Iran. Shut up, man.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? You're acting.
Right.
You're an activist. What are you? I didn't know you were in the war. Did you go to war college? Right?
Yeah.
Right.
You heard what Gene Simmons said, right?
I did.
That's fantastic.
But it is true, right? Even too, what I'm saying, I was not like, but I I'm not saying I'm some military war college.
No,
guy.
but you went.
I was, yeah. So I mean, I have some knowledge. Not saying that's even has any weight either.
Those
right?
people don't know anything.
I'm not a person that says you can't have an opinion. I'm just saying I'm not going to listen to you. Right?
Yeah, right.
You're not going to have any weight, right? So, yeah, everybody can spout off their opinion, but come on, calm down, yeah. But what they should do is they get in their lane and they learn this craft where they can use this and leverage that. Yeah.
Well, if they were smart, they could build a film and they don't even need a production company with their likeness.
Yes. Or just thinking about, like you just saying, it's their name. Brad Pitt just created an AI movie, right? That's going to do well. It's going to do well. Right. So, yes. But who knows? Maybe obviously they don't need the money either. But they also, I don't think they want to be irrelevant either, right? So
yeah, most of those people, they can't get out of their own way. They need that feeling of whatever that is to be in the spotlight and
yeah. But that's their line. I mean, that's why they're who they are too.
Yeah,
that's not a gig either way. That's just why they are that way. I mean, that's kind of mindset you need. Yeah. So yeah, I never wanted to be that anyway. So, but this is cool. If you don't know Karpathy, he kind of vibe coded this out, right? This is the U.S. job market visualizer. Yeah.
Oh, is this what's going to go away?
Well, it's showing you, right? But it's right now, like, and that's I'm going to toggle back and forth. So this is digital AI exposure, right? When I click this, you'll see that this is where the AI is going to hit. Okay. And this is just looking at the outlook, right? Cashiers, obviously, that's down, right? It's not looking great. Plus the medium, income is not great, right? All kinds of stuff. Look, and you can see why, right? What they're in, you can see why this is going, and it's going to kind of adjust. But then you get down even here, like I said, lawyers, it's still in the green, but you'll see when I toggle that thing, not going to be around that much longer. Now, top tier lawyers, right, that are using AI and doing this, of course. Yeah, but all this stuff, man. One of the ones that stick around, hand laborers, material movers. Yeah, that's good. But look, when I toggle it, right? Let me toggle it. Digital exposure, digital AI, and you'll see, right? Top executives, man. Even that. Did you see these are CEOs, everybody. C-level, yeah, C-suite, and they just went down big time because AI can run it out. I mean, this whole look at financial managers, sales managers, bro, it's crazy because these are high paying jobs. $138,000 a year for a sales manager, right? Everything in this kind of stuff. Another one that is obviously a big one. Where is all the developers and that was another one. Software development. Not nice. Another one, high paying, median. Is 131,000, right? You got computer support. It's on a decline, right? Even without AI. But then when I click it and go over there, yeah, that whole thing is red, bro.
Man, look at that. Look to the left. That whole almost every one of those just turned red. Almost every one in those two grids.
Yeah, except for the mailman. Mailman's still out there doing his thing, right? And you're right. Look, accountants, management analysis, project man. I mean, all of it, man. Right? Human resource, HR, good. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
No one likes HR, right?
Damn.
But market look. I mean, these are the kinds of things that I'm in, anyways. Market research, crazy. But look at, like you said, construction laborers, carpenters, electricians, plumbers. I mean, these are good paying jobs, right?
Yep.
So it's just funny when you start looking at these type of things. Like I said, kudos to Karpathy. He's awesome for kind of putting this out. But yeah, I seen it on X. It was quite a lot of people were retweeting it. Yeah, but all of this too in the retail space, wholesale manufacturers. Look at even insurance sales. Right, that was back in the day.
Yeah,
it's just going to be automated. Right, you're going to talk to a computer. And it's going to walk you through. But down here too, lawyers, paralegals, right? Big time. Look at the digital 9 of 10 paralegals gone, man. Even 2 lawyers. That's crazy, man.
The whole judicial system's just going to turn into AI.
What?
The whole judicial system's just going to turn into AI.
You're just going to go in front of a big brain. It's just going to say.
I feel like there's a movie about that.
Guilt. That's right. That's right. Guilty. Off to the brig. Off to the brig.
Yeah. What's that one where they all wore Crocs?
Oh, that
was stupid.
Idiocracy. What is it?
Yeah.
Yes, that was.
I feel like there was a judge thing in there. They stand in front of it. Someone on a screen like guilty.
Well, no, they had real people. Remember, the lawyers were stupid too, though.
Right.
The lawyers and the judge. Yes, but look, I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, this is gonna look. It's gonna look different, right? Gonna look different. But that's a pretty cool one, right? There we go. Look, here we go. Tim, my football state champ just won the Final Four. She is headed to state finals at Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan.
I love it.
That's how it's pronounced.
What did I say? Mohegan?
Mohegan Sun. Yeah.
Mohegan Sun. Congrats, man. That is awesome.
I want to say it's a casino or something. It's a resort or a casino or something like that.
Okay, right on. Hey,
in the Northeast.
Same daughter, man, that she played football too. Pappy. Yeah. Right on, bro. But same daughter, I'm sure.
She's an athlete.
Right on, bro. Congrats, man.
Good job.
And that's what Robin said. Yes. Congrats. There you go. Congrats, Judge. Congrats, Tim. There you go. And there you go. Yes, casino. There you go, Pappy.
Yep.
And same kid. There you go.
Yep.
Right on. I love it.
Yeah.
Man.
It's in the Northeast somewhere.
Right. Cool.
Connecticut or somewhere like that.
Yeah, all up in the Northeast. That's That's his area. There you go, man. Right. Cool stuff. But yeah, man. That's what's going on today. Yeah.
Crazy.
And
some crazy stuff, Ray.
Yeah, it's gonna get fun, man. It's gonna get fun, exciting, crazy, and we're here for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know. We need to find out if Kalshi or one of the prop bets has whether this thing's gonna pass or not. I'm putting my money on no.
I'm sure it does. I want to. Well, now now you got me curious. Polymarket, that's the big one. I think it was up in the 70s that it's not. Yeah.
It would be, what would be interesting is if we weren't involved in this thing in Iraq, what would we be looking at then?
Right. That's true. Hey, look at this. We got the March Madness coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. It starts Thursday, I want to say.
Thursday. Look at that. Like they had, oh, come on. There's the U.S. ceasefire. There you go. December 31st.
Damn.
Is that like this year? Like
this
that's
year.
That's crazy. Really? Dude, I need to bet on that because that's ridiculous.
73%. Like, what does it pay though?
No, I would, yeah. I wouldn't say by the end of May. What is this, March, April? I would say actually I would go to this. Yeah. Because and look, I don't know if everybody knows. I'm just kind of like I do keep up with this stuff. Like it's not like they're able to reconstitute their missiles, man. Right? They shot their stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think it's about 90% of their missiles are gone, right?
Yeah, you need to go buy what is it in Arizona? We have a place that makes them, Raytheon or something like that.
Oh yeah, Raytheon. That's a big one. Yep. Yeah, no, and there's ours. I mean, and I'm not saying it's easy to do, but they can spin them up, right?
Yeah.
And they're ready, right? They're
Yeah.
usually pretty ready. Unless maybe material. I don't know if there's some materials, like I said, that
well, we have one now, Ray, that they put out that is like shoots the EMP.
Oh yeah.
And it comes back and they catch it in a net, then they can put stuff right back in and send it back out again. I'm not joking. For real.
That's stupid. That's crazy.
I promise you. That's a real thing.
Hey, that's like whoever's in the Defense Department is named Wile E. Coyote. Is this Wile E. Coyote?
I'm gonna find that article. I'm gonna send it to you.
Hey, is this Acme? Does Acme?
Hey, listen, the Roadrunner's controlling it. It's got a picture on the side of the Roadrunner and the Coyote. I don't know.
With a net. That's crazy. You're crazy.
Looney Tunes. I don't know.
That's it. Miss you too, bro. Yeah, right on. Yeah, definitely before 4th of July, because that's our 250th anniversary. Now, like I said, you could think that we're being very flippant with it, but I guarantee you, like he just said, it will be over by the 4th of July.
That dude he's way too in his own head to be messing with stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, he's calling it all. Rate cuts. There you go in June. Yeah. That's it. Oh, I didn't see. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. And the Matrix, I'll show you. Yeah, well, I'll actually go back there. No, it is definitely. Healthcare workers are in that. 100%. MDs, RNs, surgeons. Let me, I appreciate you asking that. Yeah. Hold on. Yes. Thank you, bro. I never say that. Help me, man.
That's Ohio, I think.
Ohio. Right on. Yeah, Ohio. Right on. Thanks for joining us, bro. But yes, like and subscribe. Smash the like button.
Apex, thanks. Yeah, smash the like button.
Yeah, but let me go back, just like you said, Ohio was talking about. Let me go back to the outlook. Right here is nursing, right? Nursing is but you'll see, like I said,
physicians and surgeons, yeah,
big, right? The whole.
So it's almost that whole.
So yeah, when I switch it, everybody just look. This is the box, right? Medical assistants, nurses, anesthetists, all of these, right? It's all medical. This first box. So when I switch it, there you go, man. Whatever.
What's the ones that go away? What is that? Records, okay.
Medical.
What about there you go, that one.
Transcriptionist,
yeah,
all
that
that
makes
stuff,
sense.
Right? Healthcare information technology, yeah. But look at even this, surgeons, man. Because you don't think of everybody. There's no way you're gonna replace surgeons, man. Really? Guess what?
A robot.
These robots don't shake, right? They are steady. They're steady.
Yeah.
Hey, I had my LASIK surgeon. It was done by a robot, and that was many moons ago.
Yeah, I had it too, right? And it was the craziest thing.
That was crazy, right?
In like 3 minutes, you open your eyes and someone's telling you look at the clock, and I'm freaking out because I can actually see the clock, and it was literally 3 minutes.
My wife, she was in the little observatory, and she could see it, and she heard me like, I said, "Holy crap, I can see!"
Yeah,
because it was just like that. Yes.
Yeah, I almost had a little panic attack. I'm like, "There's no way! Like this isn't even real." In 3 minutes.
Yes, it just.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. It's crazy.
Little tapping noise.
Yep.
Smelling burnt flesh.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden I could see.
Hey, but I was all wide open. I was good to go. Right.
Yeah.
I was ready for it. It wouldn't have bothered me. But good one, Ohio. But yes, man, definitely the medical field is in there. Like I said, registered nurses. Right. Yeah, it's going to be in there, man. It's going to be in there. They will start kind of dealing with all that stuff. Yeah. Let me bring it back down. Drop it out. But good stuff, Bappy. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Thanks for having me, Ray.
Yeah. Oh, good times. And everybody, thanks for watching, right, on this Monday. Yeah. And, stay plugged in. Got exciting stuff.
See you on Wellness Wednesday.
Wellness Wednesday. That's right. We'll see you Wednesday. Everybody.
All right.
Have a great one. Yep.
Stay warm for some of you guys, because I know it's crazy where some of you guys are at. It ain't here, but
no, I've
been hearing about some nuts stuff. So
we had snow today, but it's all gone. All good.
Yeah,
but
crazy.
Have a good one, everybody. Have a good one.
See you.
Spill on stranger cities, steam turn night to day. Not cold as sparks of jeans, light a fast away. Digital dreams take shape. Valley moves at the speed of thought. Robots learn our footsteps, building what we taught. Same old world, new codes in the street. Value move faster than words when we speak. They say, slow down, night. This ain't a phase. Whole new era loading. Watch the screen change. Don't fight the rising current. Learn the shape of the swell. Your roots are creative. Pick a lane and just excel. Hold the line, enjoy the ride. It's that moment you can't rewind. Into the beginning, don't blink your eyes. Very divine time to be alive. Industrial sparks in the palm of your hand. Machines learn the rhythm, code learning, man. Don't call it a threat, not call it a tool. Same fire they fear when the factories move. Mommy go wild, let it swing, let it breathe. Volatility teaching patience to greed. If you're early, you chosen. If you're here, you now. Future tap my shoulders like you ready? How? Hold the line.